Hello, and today I'm gonna show you guys how to make a PvP health system. So you're gonna get your Mega Pen out of your watch, go out of your backpack, and you're gonna pull it out, and you're gonna go to palette, you're gonna go to your search bar, and you're gonna search up set HUD element. You're just gonna search up set HUD element. You're gonna need to get set HUD element value and set HUD element enabled. And last but not least, we're gonna just keep the HUD, and we should find game HUD element constant. We're gonna spawn that in just right, maybe like above it, you know. That should work. And we're gonna drag that to here, and we're going to make this enabled by clicking it with connect. We're gonna drag game HUD element to target and another one to target here. So that's done. We've basically got this, but we want it to be like a health bar. So we're gonna go into our tools and press configure, and we're gonna configure the game HUD element. And we're gonna go and press upper left, and we're gonna make it primary. And then we're gonna change the color to green. Go back to tools and press connect, and you should get this bar. This thing will disappear after when you save the room and re-enable this. But we're gonna get a event receiver, so we're gonna search up event. We should get event receiver. We're gonna spawn that in just right here, and we're gonna press tools, and we're gonna configure this event receiver and make it an update 5 hertz. We're gonna go to connect and drag them there. Now our health will be 0, so that's a quick fix. We're gonna go to palette and search up int variable. So all we need to do is search up int, and then we'll get the second option, init variable, and we're gonna put that right there. Then we're gonna press tools, and we're gonna configure the init variable, and we're gonna rename it health. Then we're gonna go back to palette, and we're going to get and add. So just place that there, go to tools, press connect sum to there and value to there, and then connect sum to the value here. Now you must say, oh wait, it's not adding up, it's not 100. We're gonna press tools and clone this. We're gonna clone this, and we're gonna get another add chip. You can clone the add chip in there if you want, and we just connect this here, and then we're going to press here and make it 100, and then you just run it and you'll get 100 health. So we're gonna just move this circuit here, right? So since we kind of got the health system done, we need to make it so we can subtract health. So we're gonna move that like maybe up here, you know, and we're gonna subtract the health. Subtract. There we go, and we're gonna connect difference there, you know, and we're gonna set it as any value, but make sure it's like 5, 10, and stuff. If you want it to be like that, I'm gonna set it as 10 for the now, and I can subtract my health like that. Yeah, so I'm dead right now. But we obviously need a death system somewhat. So we're gonna start working on that death system. So we're gonna get an F chip, and we're gonna place it like maybe like right down here, and we're gonna get a less than chip. Place that like right there. I just need to move the F chip so it's not inside. Right. Connect the result to condition and connect the A to the sum of the add chip that's connected to the set hard element value. So whenever we're doing something like this, like less than or whatever, always connect it to the sum that is connected to the value over here. So it's like this. Now we're gonna change the B to a 1. So then it's gonna be constantly checking. So we want it to be like constantly checking that our health is like below 1, so like 0. So we're gonna get an update very hertz. Now it's constantly checking. So you can either just get an update very hertz by spawning another vent receiver, or you can clone this one. So if I subtract health for myself, so I'm at 60 right now. 50, 40, 30. Look, it's true because my health is like below 1. Like it's less than 1. So if I go back to 100, it's false because I'm not under 1. So we're gonna continue the system by getting a delay chip. We're gonna spawn this delay chip right here. We're gonna connect the then to the run, and we're gonna get 2 player add rules. So 1, 2, and then we're gonna do run and run. So the value will be the value. Okay, so the value will be player dead on the first player add rule, and the second one will be stun. So after when you do that, player dead and player stun, we're gonna disconnect this real quick because I forgot to add one more chip between this. So I forgot to add one more chip between this. So disconnect the then from the run. So what we need is if player has rule. You'll see where I'm trying to go with this, because it can't spam send it when they're at 0 health. So we're gonna connect the then to here. We're gonna connect does not have rule to the run. We're gonna put the delay to any number you want. Like I'm gonna put it as like 3 seconds until they respawn, and then we're gonna get 2 roll chips. So roll chip. So place one here and one here, and then there's this chip here. Right, so we're gonna name the first one player dead. Alright, so player dead. And then we're gonna name the second one stun. So they can move while they're dead. So can move, nope. Then after the delay, we want to remove those rules. So we're gonna get a player remove rule. So we're gonna get 2 of those. And move that there. And we're gonna obviously run both of them. And we're gonna name this value player dead. There we go. Player dead. And this one's done. There we go. So we're gonna remove the roles player dead and stun. So now what we need is events. So we're gonna get the event. So we see these three chips here: event definition, event receiver, and event sender. So we're just gonna place the event sender like right under this chip. We're gonna place the event definition like right here. And we're gonna place the event receiver. I'd say about like right here. Yeah, just right there. Now connect that to there. So we're gonna configure the event definition and call it respawn player and submit the name. And then we're gonna add a property called player. And then we're gonna change the type to player and add property. And then it should be and then we're gonna so we have this now. We're gonna configure the event sender and make that respawn player. Keep it as local because then we don't want all the players to respawn. We're gonna keep this as local. And we're gonna configure this event receiver. And we're gonna make it, we're just gonna like search out respawn player. And do that. And we get this input. And that output. And then we search up respawn. Then we should come up with this like respawn chip. And then you get, so you can either use a vector component or a vector free create. I'll explain what they both do in a second. So get position. Okay, so the vector free create, you can set it as like anything basically. So since you spawn it and you make it that position, it's gonna be 000, which is like right in the middle of the map. So like those spawn in the middle of the map, but with a vector component, basically wherever you move it, that's where the player spawns. So vector component. So wherever it's aiming, they'll spawn looking in that direction. So like they'll look in that direction when they respawn. Look in this direction as well. If I move it that way. Right. So we're gonna connect target to the top rotation there. So we've got basically the main stuff. So we're gonna see what happens as we subtract our health. So we're at 30 now. I can't move anymore. I think I know what to do. I think I did something wrong. Obviously I did. Hold on. Okay, let's see what I did wrong. Oh, I didn't give anything to that. So make sure you give if player has role player dead. That's why nothing happened. Right. Now cancel. Okay, wait, hold on. So let's just disconnect that for now. Because I forgot to do this. Then run. Like, and then it won't spam it now. So it's just safe. Okay, so now we need to make it add health. So we're gonna run that real quick. So let's do the same thing that I do if I get in this situation. So we're gonna make it so as soon as they respawn, it's gonna add health. They try your best to disconnect the update 30 hertz if this starts happening, cause I generally forgot that I was supposed to do this. We're gonna get an ad, and we're gonna add 100 health as soon as they die. So connect that to there. Run that. Cause I'm so sorry I forgot. So mostly you can't get out of this situation. I don't know. I'm so sorry. And then you just wanna disconnect that. Run there. And then oh, okay. So see, it's not spamming anymore because like I got 100 health as soon as I died. Because whenever that's just a quick fix now. So you take damage, but we want to take damage from weapons. We want to take damage from weapons. So we're gonna get like a let's see, we're gonna search like paint, and then you will get like the paintball burst, right? You can use any weapon for this. Like as long as it's like a paint burst, but if it's a paint grenade, I'll get to those in a second. Okay, so we're gonna spawn on the paint burst gun, and we're gonna edit the circuit board by pressing connect. Tools, and then edit at the top. What am I doing? Then you have all these circuits. We don't need to mess with any of them. So we're gonna place a event receiver in here, right? So we're gonna move this up here, and then, yep. Select event. We're gonna search up player. Was it a hit? Yeah, so search up hit, and you should get like projectile hit player. And then you'll get all of these stuff and all that. So let's see. We're gonna search up collection just search up collection or whatever. And you should get collection data get player. You're gonna just place it like right there. And then we're gonna connect collection data to the target on here. And then we're gonna just get an F player has rule. You can do it two ways by getting F and then a has rule, but I'll just go do it like this way. And then we're gonna make that rule. What's it called again? Player dead. Then we're gonna do that. We're gonna press configure on this. We're gonna go to damage on the port groups. Open the damage, and we're gonna go to outputs. And we're gonna give it 2. And then we're gonna give this one init. So we're gonna connect this not have roll to here and damage to there. So we're gonna get this here, and we're gonna drag one of these subtracts over here. I got the difference like that to here. We're gonna connect that to there, and we're gonna connect the end to the value, the bottom value. And then once you shoot a player, they should take damage. Yep. And for grenades, like, and stuff. Alright, so paint. We're gonna get the paint grenade. We're gonna... Oh, wait. Oh! Let's maybe do a bit more circuiting, I think. Yes, we do. Okay, we have to make our own explosions. So... let's see. We're gonna get like a custom model and that. Wait. Double checking. Hold on. Okay, yeah. So we can't give it a circuit board. Right, so we're gonna have to search up emitter. Was it explosion? Yeah, explosion emitter. And then this will be the explosion. You can configure all the settings you want. As we do not want it to be 100 damage, we can put it as 20. You know? Alright, so when exploded, set damage. You can set the radius. So the radius for mines. Quite bad, but actually that's perfect. The radius is perfect actually. Alright, so now what we need is another event. Receiver. I've never tried to do the explosions before, but my big brain might be telling me to do something. So hats. We're gonna get the explosion hat rec room object. Or was it, you know, I think it was hit player. Explosion hit player, yeah, it was. So we got these circuits now. We're gonna get collision. We're gonna get the same circuit again, called collision data, get player. And we're gonna just move that over here. We're gonna do the same circuiting we just did. So explosion source. We may have to use that. I don't know. I'm gonna configure this. Give it in. So when exploded to outputs and make the int. Then yep. Right. F player. So we did the same thing we did for the paintball burst. Basically. Attacking player, we may have to use that if we want them to get kills or, you know, right, does not have that. Oh, I almost forgot one thing. Do I have to give it player dead? Rule has to be player dead. Player dead. Right. So now we do the same thing. We clone this health. Oops. Let's move this up here. And move to subtract. Check the difference to there and there. Value is the thing here. Alright. So right. Edit. Wait, no, not edit. Configure. So configure this little thing here. Explosion emitter. Follow like another tutorial on like how to make your custom thing. But this is just damage. So sound enabled. We'll keep that enabled. You can make your own, or you can like make your own sound. Just disable that if you want to, and then you just connect like explodes, like set radius to that sound that you want. We can change the color and stuff. So I'm gonna leave that. But the main thing we're focusing on is the health. Oh, I mean the damage, obviously. So I'm gonna explode it. I took 20 damage. Yep, 20 damage. So yeah, and I make a part 2 on how to like, make the custom explosion or like another custom thing. So yeah, that's basically all. It's quite basic. I might show. So I might need to make more fixes to this. But if you want the player to spawn in with like 100 health and they would like to get into the game, you're gonna get like one of these again. So drag that over there and get the add. I mean, because we already have one of these, don't we? Yeah, we do have one of these. So we're gonna get an F chip. Oops, an F chip, and we're gonna get a less than again. You can clone the less than from down there, and we're gonna get that there, there, and there. Let's be less than 1. Event receiver. And it up to there. And because the player always spawns with like maybe like 0 health, because like no values got added to them as soon as they joined. So yeah. You'll obviously need to make a max value. So if I make like a part 2 on how to make it so like there's like a max value that they can't go over like 100. So yeah.